Hi everyone, Thomas Desmond here, developer advocate at Sitecore, and today I'm excited to talk about the topic of image optimization, going into why image optimization for the web is so important and how the Sitecore JSS Next.js SDK takes advantage of the built-in image optimization in Next.js. Let's jump in. So first off, why is image optimization so important? And what it really comes down to is performance. We want to get the most performance out of our websites, and often images are the largest things on our websites. So we want to optimize them so that we have the least impact on our users having to download these images. We love our beautiful images. We want them on the screen, but we want to be able to optimize them so that it has the least impact on our users and they still get that great experience. But let's look a little bit deeper into performance and really that why. So I found a couple of studies that talk a little bit more about performance on your web and really why it's so important to optimize your images. And the first one I've got here is from Think Google. So this was a study completed by Google back in 2017. Find out how you stack up to new industry benchmarks for mobile page speed. Now, this is focused on mobile, but I'm sure a lot of this can still apply to desktop. Maybe the numbers are a little bit different, but it's really important what we got going on in here. And what I want to just show off is this one big point. As page load times go from 1 to 3 seconds, our probability of a bounce goes up to 32%. So just being over 3 seconds and we're increasing our bounce rate by 32%. And the numbers just get worse from there. So we really want to improve our load times. And again, those images are probably going to be our biggest thing on the page. They're going to be the biggest content we see. And to show off that, I've got another thing from WebDev. This page is all about optimizing our largest contentful paint, that largest piece of content on our page. And scrolling down to the bottom, there's a lot of great content here, so I encourage you to read it. But if we go down, 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 I see even further, where are we at? We are on reduce the size of your resources. And so one of those resources is going to be images. And you can see that the LCP, or the largest contentful paint resources, are usually images or web fonts. So we really want to make sure that we're optimizing those images because it's often going to be the largest contentful paint. If you're not familiar, largest contentful paint is one of the Lighthouse performance scoring measures, and we can see that in the latest Lighthouse 10, largest contentful paint contributes to 25% of your score. So improving your largest contentful paint, improving those images that you have on the screen will not only improve your Lighthouse scores, but will improve your will lower your bounce rate and improve just how our site is working. Image optimization, super important for the web. We want those images to get to our users, but we want them to be optimized. We want them to be performant when they get there. But how do we do that? Is optimizing images hard? Is it going to be difficult? And luckily with Next.js has a built-in image optimization, and Sitecore's JSS Next.js SDK package is taking advantage of that. So let's take a look and get more details on that. The Next.js framework provides the NextImage component, which is an optimized rendering component that helps you improve page load and rendering performance. So it's helping you out with that performance that we want. And I'd go beyond saying that it's recommended, but actually it's required for performance sites. You're gonna want this to improve your images, to improve your site performance. And Sitecore's JSS team knows how vital image optimization is, so they have the NextImage component within the Sitecore JSS Next.js package. Starting with version 21.6.3, it's taking advantage of that built-in Next.js image optimization. So if you're using the Sitecore JSS Next.js package and you're using the NextImage component, you're getting automatic image optimization inside of your applications as long as your hosting supports it. And this optimization is actually happening on the Next.js server. So even if you're on a self-hosted Next.js application, you're going to see your images being optimized because it's optimized within the Next.js server. So as long as your hosting provider hasn't found a way to turn off image optimization, which I'm not aware of, then it definitely supports image optimization. But what we really care about is that caching of images, and I do know that Vercel and Netlify cache their images at the edge to serve them as fast as possible. So what you want to look for in a hosting provider is, do they support image optimization, which I'm pretty sure almost all do, but the next piece is, do those optimized images then live at the edge? Do they live in a cached layer on a CDN layer so they can be distributed to everyone quickly and have that performant download speeds for your users? So now let's take a quick peek at some code that's taking advantage of that NextImage component in JSS. Just get a feel for what it looks like. So here we are in VS Code, and this is an application that I've been working on that I'm actually building so that I can test what features of Next.js work on different hosting providers. So expect some more cool content around that soon. But what I've got inside of here is a page that's testing out the NextImage component offered by Sitecore's JSS Next.js package. You can see on line 1, I'm importing that from the Sitecore JSS Next.js package. I have on line 4, this is my image from Edge. I'm kind of stealing this and making this just a hard-coded output as if it was from the layout service for just an image. So you can see that I'm pulling this from Sitecore's Experience Edge endpoint. Down below, I've got a little bit of code here that's HTML that's saying what the original size versus the optimized size are going to be. And we'll see that a little bit more detail once we're on the page. But essentially, it's testing it. Is that optimization happening within our image? On line 36, I've got that NextImage. This is the image component offered through the Sitecore JSS Next.js package. And within that component, it's using the NextImage component offered by Next.js. So it's using that the Next.js image component inside of the Sitecore JSS NextImage component. A little bit confusing there, but essentially it's taking advantage of that built-in image component offered by Next.js inside of the Sitecore JSS package. Let me get this running and I'll open up localhost 3000. My application is up and you can see that I'm testing a lot of different features, but what we care about is the JSS image optimization. So let me go to that page. And we can see we've got our image of original size 87 and our optimized size is coming at 20.86 kilobytes. We're getting great optimization built in with Next.js. And Vercel is caching that, or wherever if you're hosting on Vercel, if you're hosting on Netlify, that image, that optimized image of 20 kilobytes would be stored and cached at the edge. And they even build out multiple sizes. So it's if you're on a responsive screen, if you're on smaller screens, you could even see smaller images based on how big of an image you're trying to display. But what actually is this element looking like on our page? And you can see, let's see, can I make this any bigger? Yes, perfect. We can see that our image on the right-hand side is really boiled down to just a standard HTML image tag. That source set is where the magic is happening. Next.js has optimized the image and now put it into that next/image directory for us. And it's pulling in the best image for our screen size, for the quality that we need, for what our users are requesting. It's making the choices for us and optimizing our images greatly, all for us, all automatically. And you get all this by just using that NextImage component offered by the Sitecore JSS Next.js package. As a closing out, I do want to reiterate that to take advantage of this, you do need to be on the Sitecore JSS Next.js package 21.6.3 in order to get that image optimization built in with Next.js. And here's the documentation as well, giving you the different fields that are available here, as well as it has all the properties that are available in the built-in NextImage. But with that, I hope you understand that how important images are for optimization on the web. The biggest thing here is that bounce rate. We want to decrease our bounce rate. We want to decrease that largest contentful paint so we can get the best performance scores we can. So take advantage of the built-in image optimization in Sitecore's JSS Next.js package starting in 21.6.3. If you like this content, please leave it a like and also subscribe for future content. Thanks.